When we come into the world, we have little idea of who we will become. We might have a sense of what we would like to become. We might have inclinations. We might have many different things that will come up in our lives. But usually we're searching, we're trying to find it. We want to do something that we feel is going to give us happiness or joy or whatever it might be. We want to know our authentic selves. We want to be able to live a life of abundance, and because we know that that would be if we could just find that thing we were meant to do. And sometimes we might run from it. Sometimes we might deny it. And sometimes we may make all kinds of other mistakes in different directions and not understand what we're doing. But then you'll discover that there was a reason for that as well. I could have never told you that I would have become the person I am now, but I must accept myself today, as I want everyone to do that, to accept who you become, because that is a continual journey that we're each on, and it happens in your consciousness. And you have to understand that we form our consciousness in different ways. We don't always know how that's going to occur. We may take courses, we go to counselors, we do all sorts of things, we get education, but then it can come from another way as well. Einstein talked about our imaginations and how valuable that was, and how if more of us could allow ourselves to go to that place, we might break free from some limitations, because all the limitations that we experience in our life are self-imposed. I know that for sure because I've spent 36 years documenting it and moving through it. I wrote an article saying that I didn't know how I healed, because I didn't. I didn't understand what was happening in my life. I didn't understand how I was moving through so many difficult, challenging things and healing them all and coming out the other end. Coming out at 75, going in a new direction and getting younger. Because you start to understand when you can let go of the grief and the trauma and all the doubt and fear that you've had in your life, your body starts to change as well. Because you start to understand who you are and you start to raise to a higher state of consciousness. Last year on this date, I received a message from Wilhelm says, "Nothing is as it seems." That's because we have limited awareness and we want to stay stuck sometimes, and I was doing that because I couldn't believe what I had done, so I couldn't really own it as well as I could have. Well, that's all of us. But you will see on that message, it was done last year, but then I did something else. They said, now record a video. So I recorded a video talking about why this work can take any person to become successful and happy and live the life they're supposed to have. No one probably listened to it because we don't really look at those sorts of things, but I'm going to give it to you again. Because what you will hear is a channeling session that happened on November 27th of 2023. And that one tells everything. It tells everything that has gone on. It tells how this work was created. It tells why it changes your life, why it could change our world. Because Wilhelm has given us something that's never happened before, which has also made it difficult for many people to accept, including me. Even though I experienced the healing, I experienced the raising of my consciousness in that way. But I still had a difficulty, and you will hear it in there. They said in that recording, as you listen to it, first of all, explains everything. It's about a little over an hour. It's a question and answer in the section in there as well. And you will see that when I'm doing Wilhelm, I can answer anyone's question. And I know that I've been given the answers to your questions because they're all within you. I spent 36 years writing them down, only to discover that 17 years of that information was a quantum philosophy. I couldn't have known that I was creating that because I had to live it and then be the demonstration of it, which is also said in that video. But again, this has been something that was challenging for a lot of people to understand, including me. But I have to now, because you can't evolve unless you're willing to do that. And also, this has been one of the greatest contributions, discoveries to humankind and consciousness. That's what came through in this Wilhelm information. And you'll see that in the documents. And it's been verified and proven through me. I keep feeling better and better every day. And that's what I want for more people. It's a process. And that is also explained in that session. So there will be no way that anyone could read the messages, listen to that session, and not understand what this work is. I've just been trying to explain it for so long, but now you will have an idea. And it will also explain why I healed and why anyone could if they decided they want to move through all of the barriers and own who they are. My difficulty has been watching so many people still struggling and trying to find themselves and doing all kinds of different programs and everything and not getting the results. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute, I have it. But now I have to do the other part. And you'll hear in there they said that I was never charging enough money. And that's me. And they explained why that went on as well. But I always want to try to help everyone. But everyone's not going to do this. And when you keep holding back, then waiting for others to agree or do something else, that doesn't happen. So I want you to have this. I want you to see all the information because this is why I'm making changes and I'm completing all of Wilhelm's work because I've only done a portion of it that I've put into the work, but now all of it's going in there. That's why I said that I would have to be moving to $5,000 because this is going to be something that will give any person the ability to completely transform their lives and keep going because we're never done. But this work causes you to develop your consciousness in a way, because it's your mindset that happens, that you keep developing more and keep succeeding and keep prospering. That's what this is. But now you'll understand why it works and why you may want to come in now and change your life and create a beautiful one because you have the ability. See you soon.